What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a phenomenal month so far. Cancer, I'm geeked up. You'll see why in a second for those of you who are new. But for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just incredible, Cancer. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. Brace yourself. I'm kidding. Like, a little bit. But I'm happy ourselves was brought to you. We're in for an amazing journey. And let me tell you why, Cancer. Because it is Celestial News Monthly. I had to tone that down a little bit because it's like I know I can go over the top with that one, and I had to, I have roommates, so we gotta be mindful of that, Cancer. But with this monthly spread, Cancer, whenever the sun moves into a new sign, we're gonna talk about where the planets are and how we can work with the energies. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force reading on a situation. Okay. So with all that being said, Cancer, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Oh, and intact. Gotta stop doing that. Just great energies all around here, Cancer. So, Cancer, I'm going to be pulling a few oracle cards from, hold on. Cancer, if you can see here, I have zodiac cards with each of the signs that the planet and where the sun and the planets are in. I'm going to pull an oracle card from this deck for each one of them, and then we'll get some details with the tarot, and both of these decks are newer ones, Cancer, so I'm excited to be busting these ones out. But, before we jump into this thing, Cancer, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Oh, nice. And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I am working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check it out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching, Cancer, so definitely check them out. Very intuitive group energies that they bring. Very fantastic. I think you'd really enjoy them. But before we get into this first card here, let's talk about this party that Sag is throwing in their sign, because it's getting ready to be Sagittarius season, Cancer. Are you feeling optimistic? Because you got the sun that's entering Sagittarius, and then Mars is going to be entering Sagittarius a couple days later. But with the sun, the sun's going to enter Sagittarius on the 22nd of November, and that'll be about 9:02 a.m. Eastern Time. And then we'll be there through the 21st of December. And with this, Cancer, you may feel more inclined to take risk and embrace, adventure and go, because Sagittarius, they are the adventurers of the zodiac. They're always on the move, looking for ways to broaden their horizons, to feel inspired, to just, I don't know, to just really open themselves up to all that this world has to offer us, Cancer. And I feel like this is a great energy for taking those chances. Maybe if you've been wanting to go to another country, or maybe even go to a different state, or whatever that's looking like, Cancer, embody that energy, take that chance, and go just grow, because they're Jupiter ruled, Sagittarius, and Jupiter's all about that higher learning, that sense of growth, and needing to needing to just grow. But also, Cancer, this is great for physical journeys and intellectual pursuits. And when I was talking about that higher learning, maybe you want to take up a new course of study. Maybe you want to, maybe some might be even consider going to school, or going back to school, maybe pursuing some kind of like online thing, however that may manifest. But Jupiter promotes that energy. Sag is all about that energy. And Cancer, you may find it easier to speak your mind, and because Sagittarius is a very honest energy as well. The only kind of trickiness with that is that honesty is the best policy, it's fantastic, but sometimes the truth can hurt, Cancer. And we just want to be mindful of how that delivers, because Sagittarius is also known as a very blunt sign because of that honesty. And so it's just kind of being mindful of that. There's a there's a way we can deliver the truth that, and I feel like Cancerians are good for that. I feel like we find a way. We always consider people's emotion. We're most emotional sign of the zodiac, so that ain't no problem for you, Cancer. And then another little lovely thing, this energy brings about more optimism and more positivity, because I remember last year when the sun entered Sagittarius, I literally woke up inspired. It was just like there was this whole new the way I was recording was on this little table thing. It was really impractical, and I had this like this, oh my gosh. And so I feel like this really energy is about really embracing all, like embracing every day as a new adventure, and letting that be uplifting. Like starting off like this is going to be a blessed day, or this is going to be a fantastic day. I'm really going to bring it. And whatever that's looking like for you, Cancer. Not necessarily, we're not forcing anything. But, when you get yourself in that higher mindset, it gets easier to find ways to raise your vibration, even in tougher times. And then you got Mars, that's going to be entering on the 24th of November and will be there through the 4th of January 2024. And with this energy, Cancer, Mars deals with our energy, our drive, our passion, and there's a desire to seek out new experiences and challenges. Mars operates very well in fire signs. And this gives Mars that just like an extra push, an extra that oomph to try something different, to push your boundaries a little bit, to see what you can really accomplish, Cancer. And there is a risk or a willingness to take risk and step out of your comfort zone. So embrace this energy, Cancer. I feel like, Sagittarius really is one that just, it really broadens our view of this world. So, try to, if you find yourself that you're maybe the type that's a bit of a hermit, this doesn't have to be anything like super grand, Cancer. This could be maybe even going to a different park that you normally don't go to, maybe to go into a different cafe, maybe trying different foods, maybe just being in just different environments, embracing more. And then you may notice too, Cancers, that you're just maybe a little more direct and candid in your communication and in action. So again, just another thing to be mindful of with Sagittarius energy. But let's go ahead and get to your first card here, Cancer, which is the Lantern of Insight. And with this card, illuminate the corner. Look at that, perfect energy for this. Perfect energy for this energy, whatever, Cancer. Illuminate the corners of your mind. Your inner light reveals wisdom in the darkest times. And I really do feel like that does couple well with Sagittarius season. Sometimes I feel, Cancer, because the way she's holding this lantern, it reminds me of the Hermit. And there are times where, yes, we do need to sit with ourselves and kind of meditate on some things, but I feel with this energy that it's being careful about being too cooped up in your space, in a sense, because when that energy doesn't move and it just kind of sits in there, you're just constantly, even it's permeating in there, you're just constantly in that energy all the time. And I feel that there is this need for some that you may even be considering, Cancer, while we're going through. Maybe we had some situations or some things that did happen. Maybe try and going for a walk to meditate on this thing, or maybe going for a drive, or going to just a different space, and that may even help illuminate the corners of your mind and help you to just reveal different things, to see things from a different perspective. I feel is what this energy is bringing. And I do also feel too, Cancer, that with Sagittarius being as brave really as they are, and as ambitious, as optimistic as they are, I feel like if there are corners, or if there are parts of yourself that you've been keeping suppressed, or you've not been wanting to deal with, that those energies are, the longer you keep them in those dark corners, the more that they fester, and then they just pop up randomly, and then we're not sure how to deal with them. Whereas opposed to, I feel like this is a very gentle energy that's coming through, that it's kind of going through to those darker places, as it makes sense, Cancer. And and just seeing what kind of things that can be revealed to light, what things that we are able to heal right now, and then learn from those experiences so that they're not keeping you anchored down or anything like that, Cancer. But let's get some tarot on this and get some details. Stephen is giving me like a hermit type of energy, even like a, or not a hermit, a hanged man energy, but even like the sun card in a sense. Oh. Grab that card, Cancer. Oh, look at Libra. Cancer, thank you. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, love it. I love when Spirit does that. All right, Cancer. So here's that lovely sun I was talking about. So you got the Sun card, the Justice card, the Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and then the Five of Cups here, Cancer. Let's start with the Five of Swords here. Because I feel with this energy that maybe for some, there may be a need with this sunlight. I'm getting this energy if there's been like something that's been on repeat in your head, as far as maybe someone has said something to you, or there's a certain, maybe you had like a perspective that was maybe challenged possibly, or just something here that I feel like it's that your mind, something that's been like occupying your mind here with the five of swords, and even like this Five of Cups is giving this sort of like because the fives deal with conflict in tarot, and even this Five of Cups, it's like maybe we're even playing out a situation where someone had said something and we're trying to thinking about all the coulda, woulda, shouldas, and I feel that these energies here, Cancer, are tapping into your resources in a sense, your energy, your even like maybe even like your health in a sense, or even getting in the way of like your manifestation. It just kind of has you in a sense just kind of thrown out of balance. And I feel there's a need with the Queen of Pentacles. Just if you've been, even if you find yourself in some dark times, finding different resources to gain some clarity, I feel, with the Sun card here, and help you to manifest a new start, create a new chapter. Because even the Justice card, this could be a card of cause and effect. And I feel when we've taken some time and tried these different approaches in order to gain this level of insight, it just helps us to correct any sort of actions that we may be taking that may keep like perpetuating the problem in a sense. But Alright, Cancer, but I think that's all I got for that one there. So just something to pay attention to. Alright, let's move on from that, Cancer. And then let's talk about maybe a little tougher energy for us, Cancer. Because you got our opposite sign, Capricorn, that old Cap. And because you got Mercury, and now we're going to get into some little trickiness here with Mercury. Because we have Mercury that's going to be entering Capricorn, but also going to be going retrograde in Capricorn. And then, of course, we have a good old Pluto that's going to be in Capricorn for a little while longer. But let's start with Mercury. Because Mercury is going to enter on the 1st of December. And with this Cancer, this brings a heightened ability to think strategically and to plan for the future, because Capricorn is very ambitious, very goal oriented, very much about getting to that win, getting to that they're the achievers of the zodiac. So this is a great energy for you to get into that, like that 10 of, where you're going to take your Ace of Pentacles and manifest, thinking about your legacy, 10 of Pentacles. But this also encourages us, encourages like responsible decision making, and forces us to, and no, excuse me, not forces us, but encourages us to make responsible decision making and focus on practical outcomes as well, because Capricorn is a sign that they're cautious when they're getting ready to make a move, because they don't want to just invest in anything. They want to make sure that it's going to be something that's going to have longevity, that provides that sense of safety. Because it's like we're the nurturers. They're like that's dad, the Capricorn. They're providers, and we provide Cancer in just a very, just in a, you know what I mean, Cancer. I'm just talking about the sign on a base level. But also too, goals and achievements really do become the central themes when it comes to this energy. And I like when Mercury is in Capricorn. I feel like it's a very strong place for Mercury to be, because Mercury does very well in earth signs. Well, Taurus is a little bit trickier, but Virgo rules over or Virgo. Mercury rules over Virgo, a fellow earth sign. And I feel like in the practical energy of Capricorn, this really does give us in a more future oriented, more responsible, very kind of efficient type of energy there, Cancer. And now with the retrograde, which retrogrades are not anything to panic about, Cancer. Retrogrades are really a great time for reflection. I mean, hell, we go into reflection like every 2.5 days, sometimes every other day. But with the moon going void, of course, which we'll talk about that a little bit later, Cancer. But Mercury's going to go retrograde on the 13th of December. Now, Mercury retrogrades, taking the influence of the signs out of it, can affect communication, as far as you might find yourself serving a word salad more than normal. And you may notice too some problems with technologies. Maybe things getting sent to different folders, or messages not sending, or sending to the wrong person, or things just acting kind of wonky. So that's something to be mindful of with Mercury retrograde. But with them retrograding in Capricorn, this is a great time to reevaluate long-term plans, career objectives, and personal aspirations. Really making sure that our actions are lining up with our words, Cancer, and what you want to accomplish. And then finding balance too, because Capricorn, where they are, they're probably the most hardest, or the hardest working sign. But because of that, we want to make sure that we are finding a balance between our professional responsibilities and our personal lives. We don't want to overwork ourselves, to death. What's the sense of having all of this stuff, this Ace of Pentacles? What's the sense of Queen of Pentacles working herself to the ground if she can't enjoy any of the abundance that she's created, or things that she's manifested? So that's just something to be aware of there, Cancer. And then there may be an increased sense of duty and focus on fulfilling obligations. So retrogrades really are a way of, you enter that energy, and then it's just like okay, take a moment and pause. Like, all right, this is where the focus is at, and what can I do to make sure that I'm doing, what tools do I want to invest in, what courses do I need to learn, what people do I need to network with, all of those things, Cancer. And then you have Pluto. Pluto's going to be in Capricorn until Aquarius season, the 20th of January, 2024. And with this, Cancer, now this, when the outer planets move, this is going to affect us on an individual level, of course, but this is more of a generational, like a world type of feelings too. They're going to be, it's already happening. We have lead to shifts in power dynamics, and there's going to be a breakdown of outdated systems, because Pluto brings things to light. And when you think about Capricorn, there, when they deal with like corporations and things like that, you may notice some things that are coming out of, some things being revealed about that stuff there, Cancer, that may kind of shock you a little bit. So just something to, or not, Cancer. And then it's like, what do we do with that information now that things have kind of come to light there? So, but also you may notice a heightened sense of responsibility towards societal and global issues. So this can be a great energy, Cancer, with people, with the power shifts happening and things like that. Maybe you want to think about getting more involved in the community, making a stronger difference there, and whatever that looks like for you, Cancer. Now, the trickiness with this energy is depending on where your Cancer placements are at, and and with with Pluto is literally about at the, I want to say, the 27th degree, probably at the 28th degree now. So you'll need your time of birth to know exactly when around this opposition energy has happened, or it's probably, we've all felt it at this point, Cancer. But for those ones with later degrees in Cancer, like for example, I have Chiron in Cancer at the 28th degree. So that's some interesting energy there. That's kind of going on, a lot of change and healing that's going on there, Cancer. But this is forming an opposition with our signs, or with our Cancer placements. Now Mars, that's going to be a fresh one, but with oppositions, especially since it's happening with two malefic planets, those can be a little tougher, and oppositions are already tough energies. So, but oppositions are about polarities, and it's like, how do we take those opposite energies and incorporate them into our day to day, and how do we fuse those two energies together, get them to bring along. It's like someone's ringing the bell at your front door and someone is knocking at your back door. It's just like, which energies are we giving our attention to? It's very tricky with or it's like, how do we do them both at the same time? It's very interesting. It's like a situation or a relationship forces us to essentially make a decision. So where they can bring about challenges, delays, things along those lines, it can be rewarding energies when you can figure out how to balance between the two there, Cancer. So just something to, and I love that. Speaking of that balance, got justice here, Libra. So just something to think about. But let's get another oracle on this. Oh, look at that, Cancer. So you have the sunrise of new beginnings here. And this card is, with every dawn comes fresh opportunities. Embrace the promise of what's to come. And that's lovely, Cancer. So I do feel that, especially with this lantern of insight here, it's like you're shining some light on some things, and now this is a time for you to, this sunrise here, to rise up and be a brand new you, and whatever that looks like, to start fresh, Cancer. Plant some new seeds. What do you want to manifest? Where do you see yourself growing? What areas have you been feeling that you've been disappointed in, or whatever that's looking like? And I feel this is a great energy for you to not let these, like, those maybe like darker energies in our head bring us down, but embrace them as energies for change, Cancer. And I love that too, because Pluto, one of the rulers of Scorpio, which we're going to talk about next, brings about that radical change, that sense of evolution. And I love that. I love that that's happening in Sagittarius season, because that's something I feel like to be very optimistic about, Cancer. And let me get some tarot on this and get some details, because this gives me very, very full energy that's kind of coming through there. Cancer. Thank you. Let's see what's going on here. Cancer. So you have the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and here we are, Cancer, the Chariot. I love that. You know, I just did Leo's. Leo showed up for themselves too, and I love when we show up for ourselves, Cancer, because this is an energy of just how do you see this journey moving forward? What type of new beginning are you getting ready to embark on? Really think about this, Cancer. I feel like there's this clarity that is coming through here. You know, this is going to be I feel like that it's going to be one where it's, and I might need to get a little bit more on this Ten of Wands here, Cancer, because I feel like for some it's just like we may be feeling kind of bogged down, or maybe have been feeling bogged down by the weight of stuff. Maybe, you know, you're not sure, maybe even feeling a little frustrated with where you want your energies to go. I feel like maybe we've been kind of focused on what maybe others might be doing, or maybe what even others tell us to do there, Cancer. But it's just like, what challenge do you want to take on? And let me get a little bit more. Yeah, let me get a little more energy on this Ten of Wands here. Oh, thank you. All right, Cancer. So the Ten of Wands is clarified by the Nine of Cups, and then you have the Six of Pentacles here. And I feel with that this is a great energy for you with this new beginnings coming into this season and kind of going forward, Cancer, to pay attention to the energies that you're pouring yourself into. That if something feels like in this, and then listen, Cancer, I know that we all have obligations and things like that. I'm not saying we're ignoring our responsibilities, but it's just like, can we channel our energy a bit more effectively in doing more things that make us feel good? Make sure that making time for fulfilling your happiness. Are you doing the things that you love to do? Are we setting aside times for some hobby? Balancing out that work, that professional responsibilities, and your personal life, Cancer. Because we can be hardworking signs too. Mama works just as hard as Dad does. It just maybe again it might look a little different, but I do feel that even too, there may even be for some, it's just like evaluating what is slowing down your wish fulfillment, because that's what the Nine of Cups can be. It's like it's making a wish and then seeing that energy, I feel, with this sense of clarity, maybe making a vision board, Cancer, maybe start making a list possibly of things that you want to get accomplished so that these things can start coming to the forefront now that we're in this very focused type of energy with Capricorn, that you can really get some I really feel like come into and rise a whole new you, Cancer. So I like that. I like that, Cancer. I think I'm gonna leave that one there. So let's get this organized here. And let's talk about Scorpio. Since we're getting ready to start changing, Cancer. I love that you popped up, Cancer. I'm just thinking up with the energies. So you have Scorpio energy because the Empress, Venus, is going to be every time. I think that's just going to be how I normally introduce that on this one, Cancer, so settle in. But Venus is going to be entering Scorpio on the 4th of December and will be there through the 29th of December. And with this energy, Cancer, this really encourages us to explore deeper layers of our emotions and our desires. And because again, Scorpio brings things up to light there, Cancer. And with Venus, I feel like with one of her aspects being about love, I feel like it's not just about that romance aspect of it, but it's like that what really, especially how you got the Nine of Cups, what really is that are we doing the things that you really love, and are you being in that, like, how are you being in that energy? But also, this it may too, Cancer, like relationships because Venus can deal with that, may go through some significant changes. And not necessarily in a like relationships are just going to end, Cancer, but maybe we're thinking about taking things to the next level. Maybe we're going to move in with someone, or maybe we might think about, I don't know, maybe you're saying I love you for the first time, or maybe there is a change as far as like, because Libra can deal, maybe, did I say marriage, because maybe there's marriages, could possibly be divorces too. I don't necessarily feel that, Cancer, in what's going on here, but it just they may go through, they just go through changes in whatever that's looking like, for your situation. So that's just something to keep in mind there. But also you may feel more inclined to explore areas of love and intimacy on a more deeper and open type of way, because Scorpio is about, it's a different level of trust. I feel like when it comes to Scorpio, they really don't do anything on a surface level. They really take that relationship forming energy of Libra, that one-on-one, and then really goes there. They dive to the depths of that thing. And so this is a great energy to explore that more intimate side of your relationships and things, and to really have this open, honest type of transfer of energies in a sense with that. It's where, and not that this is about necessarily sex there, Cancer, but it's like where Taurus deals with like the more type of, because they're opposites of each other, when like Taurus deals with that more kind of physical aspect of it, but Scorpio deals with the more intuitive aspect. It's a different type of energy with those two. And technically, Venus is in detriment in Scorpio, considering that is her ruling sign. What her ruling signs is Taurus. Yeah, that's a weird energy for the Empress to operate. But the nice thing about this, though, Cancer, is depending where your placements are at, that this is forming a trine with your sign, and trines are very, very fast-moving energy. Can be removes blockages in a sense. It can be now. It can be very lucky, very great energies for collaborations, for opportunities and things. But with it happening in Scorpio, it's just like it's a weird energy to be in. So just something to be aware of there, Cancer. But let's get some tarot on this and get an oracle on this and get some details. Oh, thank you. All right, Cancer. So you have the Hourglass of Patience. And with this card, time is both fleeting and infinite. Value the present and trust that good things come to those who wait. And I like that, Cancer, because I feel with this that there might be this energy, because maybe for some we're waiting for a relationship to go to that next level, or maybe even if this is not a relationship type of thing, there might be something where it's like we're, whatever this new beginning that we're getting ready to start, maybe there's a new job that we're thinking about starting, or maybe taking our careers in a different point of view, starting up our own companies, or maybe there's this, whatever may come up, Cancer. But like, patience is going to be, I feel like, the name of the game, and it's trying not to, I feel like, getting too caught up in the future or the past. It's trying to make sure to be as present as possible in this situation, because patience is not just meant to be just something you're enduring all the time. It's what you're doing with that time that you do have. If there's nothing else that we can, where nowhere else, let's say we can move this chariot, then let's say if this is like a career and we're waiting for things to move along, maybe we need some sort of documents, or waiting for a partner to come through, whatever that's looking like. Maybe in that meantime you can maybe take a little time, go to a park there, Cancer, do some fun things, balance out your time, and not just staying so focused on trying to, because sometimes I feel like too, when we even get fixated, because that's, being the fixed water sign, that can be tricky too. When we get so fixated on something, we may get in that reactive type of energy and try to force things along instead of letting things happen in divine timing. So just something to think about there, Cancer. But let's get some tarot on this. And even feel with this, yeah, there's definitely this energy of not rushing Cancer with this. Like when it comes to things, just let them grow, or like organically in a sense. Like, but let me get a little tarot on this. Thank you. All right, Cancer. Let's see what is going on here. Interesting. Okay, Cancer. I like this. So you have the Four of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and then the World card here, Cancer. And that's interesting. I do feel like for some, if we're thinking about relationships, because the Four of Wands can be like a card of marriage, or just like there's something like, it's like an energy of taking things to a next level here. It's, again, there's, I feel like the time will come when it feels right, but I do feel like just try not to force things along. Take that as a point to do some things for yourself there as well, just if we're thinking about relationships in a sense. But I do feel that this is a growing type of energy that's coming through here with this spread, especially considering that you got one of you got Saturn here, the planet of time. You know, it's one of the aspects that in things take time when it comes with Saturn. You know, and I feel like whatever it is that you're cooking up here, that it's one that I feel like if it's tended to, and how do I want to put this? Yeah, but it's like if we just make sure to trust in the process and try not to force an ending here, things are going to start falling into place faster than I think you may faster than you expect there, Cancer. But I do like here too that I always love when the Ace of or not the Ace of Pentacles, when where'd your Nine of Cups go? I thought you had the Nine of Cups here, Cancer. Maybe not. Never mind. Well, I'm picking up Nine of Cups energy here because I feel that there's this energy of kind of vibing too on. Oh, here's the Nine of Cups. I was like, I could have swore you had the Nine of Cups here. Okay, so I'm not tripping. That's great. So I feel that it's this energy too of you have the time to make sure that where your heart is at is aligning with what you're manifesting and being really thoughtful and intentional with this time. I feel like that's the perks sometime of when you need to be patient with something, because when things happen really fast, you feel like you gotta like throw things together real quick. But when you have to take your time, then it's just like, okay, so now I can really just kind of tend to this garden in a sense is what I'm kind of getting here, Cancer. So something to think about there, but I think I'm gonna move on from that. Alright, Cancer, actually I'm gonna pause one moment here. Alright, Cancer, we're back. Okay, and now we're going to talk about Taurus energy, because you have Saturn, the world here, and Neptune that are in Taurus. And Neptune's about to go direct, so that's exciting, Cancer. Well, actually, she would have went direct last. Oh no, nope, nope. We're right. I'm right on track there, Cancer. You know what? Let's talk about Neptune, because Neptune is going to be going direct on the 6th. I want to say the 6th of December. And she's going to be one we're going to be talking about through for a little bit. So settle in, Cancer. But with Neptune going direct in Pisces, Now, Neptune is the one of the rulers of Pisces along with Jupiter. And with her being in her home sign, this is really great for creative expression, Cancer, whether this be through dance, through music, through crafting, through painting, whatever that's looking like, cuz Neptune and Pisces are associated with the 12th house. They're the biggest house of the houses. And that deals with that dream-like state, your fantasies, and bringing all that stuff to fruition. Living your wildest dreams. And I feel this is one to really, when you have moments there, Cancer, to really kind of tap into that creative side, because then that really helps strengthen that intuitive energy of yours as well. And to embrace like these, it refills your excuse me, it refills your cups in a sense, Cancer, so that you can keep feeling inspired, keep embarking on these new beginnings and things. But also, this is a great practice for meditation and for even like dream analysis. So this, really, really strong, intuitive, psychic type of energy that's coming through here with Neptune having been in Pisces for as long as she has, and there has been this shift towards spirituality. I feel like here as of late, there's been like a definite yeah, definitely just more awareness that's coming through that, Cancer. So jump on that chariot, and be open to growing and digging, because we're very strong intuitives, Cancer. So, and then you got excuse me, Saturn in Pisces, and Saturn's gonna be in Pisces until 2025, so we got a little while. But with this really is a great energy for one, being mindful of boundaries, because that is a trickiness with this with Pisces, because they have such love for the universe, in a sense, that they see the good in all. And sometimes that can be, and being as sensitive as they are to the energy, sometimes not everyone has that best interest at heart. So just being mindful of trusting your intuition and keeping boundaries up where you notice people may be kind of taking from your energies there, Cancer. And I really feel like too, really great energy for getting more discipline in, like, because Saturn, planet of discipline, getting a little more focus and discipline with like your spiritual practices as well, connecting with source, whether that be through creativity or meditation, nature, whatever. Making that more of a point, and putting those energies into practice, making your dreams come true. Like for like what I was feeling like the nine of Pentacles and of Cups there. So yeah, that's a really dope energy. I feel like with Saturn being in Pisces, I feel like he's got a bit of a softer excuse me, flair that's going on. But also, depending on where this is, where your placements are at, Neptune's a little further along, so again, you'll need your time. But Saturn's, or excuse me, oh, did I say Taurus? Oh my goodness, Cancer, I'm so silly. I said Taurus and start talking about Pisces. So we're gonna flip that around. So clearly, we needed to talk about Pisces. So so depending on where your placements are at, Cancer, this is forming a trine with your sign, just like Scorpio energy there. That was all right, Cancer. I swear I'm with it. It's been an interesting day. So yeah, forgive me on that one, Cancer. But let's get an oracle card here, and let's see what's going on. So I was just like, wait a minute, and I was like, why am I looking at having a moment? I'm already in retrograde. Oh, all right, Cancer. I'm with that. So, Cancer, you have the Feast of Gratitude here. And with this card, this is a card of relish life's blessings. A heart filled with gratitude attracts abundance. And so, especially with like your new beginnings, this, because I even feel like is this challenging energy that's it was even coming through with that hourglass of patience and maybe even for some with this lantern of insight, there might be some things that we want to be healed from or that we just don't want to face, or we just want to hurry up along there. But I do feel there is this energy of making sure to appreciate all the abundance that is around you and all the things that that all this, because there's so much out there, and sometimes I feel that especially when things aren't going our way, we can feel that the universe is taking from us, or that gets us in that sort of lack mentality, and then it shifts where we start putting like our energies in a sense. So let me get some tarot on this, Cancer, because that gives me very kind of just like Empress and even like Ten of Cups types of vibes there. But all right, Cancer, let's see what's going on here. All right, so you have the Two of Swords, the the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and then the Page of Pentacles here, Cancer. And where do we want to start? And I like this, Cancer. So with the Ace of Cups, I feel with this that there is this energy of, if you do find yourself not feeling that abundant energy, just doing things to refill that well off, taking some time out for you, because again, maybe we're waiting on just whatever this is, this, because I do feel like maybe with this hourglass of patience that there may be some delays here, Cancers, or that maybe we're it's like we want something like new to start, but it feels like even like the Two of Swords, there's this energy of, if something doesn't happen like we want, that maybe we even start second guessing ourselves, as opposed to trusting in the intuitive process, appreciating the lessons that even come with this, Cancer, and being mindful with like the Nine of Wands, because this could potentially lead to burnout energy if we try to force something along too much. Like, things feel like that they're in the beginning stages with this Page of Pentacles here, and again, it's not that you're going to not going to see this abundance, but it may be something that it's coming in smaller bursts, as opposed to those big type of like wins that you may be looking for, Cancer. And I feel like it's appreciating those small wins, because all those small wins accumulate into those bigger wins, that sunshine in the end. But where our head's at is going to be a big factor in making sure our heart is doing things to, maybe even starting off your day talking, thanking the universe for all the abundance that you have received and that you're going to receive. And I even feel with this energy, Cancer, that there may even be like this energy of sharing this abundance with others, like that close around you, even in a sense. Just like maybe throw yourself a little house party, that, Cancer, little dinner party, whatever that may be looking like. Maybe hosting a brunch, but who doesn't love brunch? But yeah, there's something to consider there, Cancer. Alrighty. Now let's get some tea and let's actually talk about Taurus. Yeah, because that was my bad, Cancer. So you have Jupiter, Big Papa Jupiter, that's in Taurus, and then you have Uranus, that's still retrograde for a little while longer. But Jupiter, oh, and Jupiter's actually Jupiter's going to be retrograde too for a little bit. I thought, start over, Cancer. Jupiter's going to be retrograde until the 30th of December. And with this energy, this is great for kind of reevaluating your approach to wealth, investments, and material comfort. And That's why we feel like kind of like this hourglass of patience is coming in, because it feels like that maybe something isn't maybe happening as fast as maybe you want to, Cancer. And there may be, it's just like with that Six of Pentacles, it's just like, where can we, if we can't give our more energy to the thing that we're focusing on, if that's not moving, where can we divert some of that energy in the meantime while higher self is getting that stuff cooking along there? So that's what Jupiter retrograde in Taurus is about. And maybe even two, Cancer. And this also is a great energy for seeking out advice for areas that we're not feeling confident in, as far as like maybe you've wanted to, because I'm going back and forth between your reading and this, but it's like maybe you want to seek out advice, like financial advice, possibly, if that's one thing you're been thinking about. Or maybe we're thinking about wanting to invest in land and finding an expert for that, or however that may be looking. Because like Jupiter, Taurus is a slower sign, being the fixed earth sign. So, but it wants that security in a sense. We share a lot of similarities with Taurus, especially in that, like, that energy of security. And it's not thinking about those like short term things. We're thinking about Ten of Pentacles, those things that have that longevity. So, and then you have Uranus that's going to be retrograde until the 27th of January 2024. And with this, Cancer, you're going to notice again another outer planet here. You may know, there's been changes in currency, in how we invest, and even in our economic structures at Cancer, because Uranus brings about that sort of that just sort of that change, and it's about, this is a planet of freedom and for innovation. So even finding more innovative ways to work with the abundance that we have there, Cancer. But you also may notice too that there's a heightened awareness for environmental issues as well, because Taurus can deal with that nature aspect. So maybe you want to do like a community cleanup, or maybe do like they'll just reduce like your carbon footprint, whatever that may be looking like for you, Cancer. And depending on where your placements are at, this is forming a sextile with your sign. And sextiles are after the trines. They're very, very fortunate energy, collaborative energy. It's passive energy though. It's one that you have to do something with. It's like the aces. They can be. Oh, you do have the Ace of Pentacles. I don't know why I'm thinking you didn't have that either, Cancer. But it's all the sextiles energies are potential. If we don't do anything with them, then the energy just kind of sits there. But they do create great opportunities, and they can make the motion a lot easier. So utilize this energy to your advantage, Cancer. But let's with Jupiter, definitely an easier energy, considering that he's a benefic planet. But with Uranus being a malefic planet, he's towards the tail end of Taurus there. So that won't be you'll need your time for that. But let's get your last oracle card here, Cancer. Let's see what's going on. Ooh. All right. Thank you. All right, Cancer. So you have the cocoon of transformation. And with this, growth often demands solitude. Embrace moments of seclusion as opportunities for metamorphosis. And so things are, I feel, like changing for you, Cancer. And you have like, it's like there's going to be this energy of like learning a lot about yourself, starting up new opportunities, getting in this more abundant type of mindset, and being patient with the process. And I feel that there is going to be this need of, with like the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, that is very, especially the Nine of Pentacles, that is that energy of working on yourself. That's that pre-Empress energy. Nine of Pentacles, that's Venus and Virgo. And something is coming up on the horizon, Cancer, but it's just like with like the butterfly. You can't rush that. You can, or even like a plant. You can plant something. You can yell at it or things all day, like grow, 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 grow. But it's only going to take the time. It's going to do what it's going to do. And so be grateful for the process and for the lessons and things that you do learn while you're sitting with this energy here. But let me get some 'cause this is definitely giving me kind of like a death card type of energy that's coming through here, Cancer. But let's see what's going on there. Ooh, a lot of queens here. Ooh, and one of our queens, Cancer, lovely Queen of Cups. Cancer again. We get one more. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Alright, Cancer. Whew. Interesting. Last little bit here. Oh, how funny. Alright, I guess that one really did want to come out. So you have the Six of Cups, the Four of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and then the Lover's card here, Cancer. And let's switch back over. Because I do feel with this energy, Cancer, again, I do feel that there may be these energies of delays, but this is, I feel like that's not necessarily, it has to be like a negative thing. This can be an energy for you to slow down and just kind of rest up a little bit, to get your head right, do some healing work with the Queen of Cups, and kind of focus on. It's interesting with the Queen of Cups and the Six of Cups here, because the Six of Cups can be a card of the past, and with that Lantern of Insight, how we're talking about, like, because that cocoon definitely gives me again this need to going within of like this hermit energy. Something is trying to, in order to change something, we need to see what's going on there. And there may be a need to again, to the strong reflective type of energies about how maybe something made us feel, or any sort of past things that may be keeping you like locked down, Cancer. Because the Lover's card for me is one of connecting with source, however you connect with your higher self, angels, God, deities, spirits, whatever that's looking like. And it's reflecting on, I feel like, the choices that have been made up until now, and what choices, like how can we adjust things going forward. And I feel like what's going to be a big thing that comes into play with that is checking in with your higher self, and then getting into those energies of gratitude each day, and every, as often as you can, Cancer. Whenever you feel yourself like not, that vibration lowering a little bit, like, oh, this may not be the ideal situation, but I'm grateful for the process. I'm grateful for the time that it is taking, because like I was saying, you can't force a butterfly to, or a caterpillar to become a butterfly. It's just going to take the time that it needs, and there are going to be challenges along the way to get there. So, all right, Cancer, I think I'm going to, but I think I'm going to leave that there. So, something to look forward to, because even I'm just like, it feels, yeah. I think I'm going to leave that there, Cancer. But if you like that, Cancer, give it a thumbs up. And share this, because I do feel that, patience, like there is this, like, it's like waiting for something. And I love how this she's got like an hourglass in an hourglass and one in one, like this aggressive amount of sand here. But a very interesting energy there, Cancer. But and then subscribe there, you chariot. Hit that bell button to get notified on all these videos each week. And then lastly, Cancer, you got the hottest ticket and the lovely Queen of Cups here. Not that you need any of them, because you have some sort of Cancer placements going on there. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And Cancer, I made a whole other channel for you called The Chariot and Friends. It's I talk about, this is the reason why I don't really do a lot of, especially during the monthly ones, I don't talk about a lot of lunar stuff that goes on unless there's like an eclipse happening or some sort, the moon's just on one. But I discuss lunar shenanigans over there. We talk about the signs that she's in, the phases that she's in, when she's going void of course. It's a good old time there, Cancer. So definitely come on over that, how we can work with our emotions. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here, Cancer. And you got the Seven of Swords here. And what popped into my head was just like resourceful, like going back to like the Queen of Pentacles here. There's gonna be a need. It's like I feel like how we're gonna be going about utilizing our time is going to be a little different there, Cancer. Things are changing because the Seven of Swords doesn't just have to be like a card of like lying or deception and things, and it could be in a sense of like maybe we've told ourselves there's only one way of doing something, but now we're seeing, as we're getting in that more abundant mindset, we're starting to open our minds up to different ways of moving this chariot along, in a sense. And you're just going about this journey about, and like in this new chapter, whatever this may be, coming in this new season that's going about things a little bit differently. So but let me get your oracle card here, Cancer, so I can get you out of here. And it may even be with that Seven of Cups, even with that lying energy. Maybe there was something from the past there, because that Six of Cups was kind of popping out to me too there, Cancer, while I was thinking about the Seven of Swords. And maybe there's even this energy of that's like something that we used to believe was like a maxim, when we're doing that shadow work with the lantern of insight. We learned something new, that we can go about things a different way, that there's this gratitude that, hold on, Cancer. Thank you. Because you got the Awake card here. And that's basically what I was trying to spit out there for you, Cancer. It's like we're realizing that something doesn't have to be just a certain type of way. And I do feel like being very present with that hourglass of patience really feels like the focal point here. Being very patient and appreciating the process of the transformation of what's going down here, because something I feel like is unlocking there, and it's just like, how do we get this little cup of tea or coffee with this? I want to say that's some lavender that's sitting alongside there, but it's just like, how do we keep that sense of calm in this kind of grand awakening there, Cancer? So I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope that made sense. I feel like I was serving word sound and I was feeling a little stuffed up. It's been a weird type of energy for me today, Cancer. So yeah, hope that translated well. But you stay safe out there with these changes, and I know how it feels, Cancer, with that patient energy. I know how it feels when someone tells me to be patient, but I do feel like it's going to be worth it in the long run for sure. And you raise your vibration through the roof, Queen of Cups. Yeah, make sure that we're just doing some self-care in between. Because even with that Lantern of Insight, there's that was some interesting energy. That we may have some challenging times, but there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel there, Cancer. And I will catch you on the next one. Well, tomorrow if you're at the Charity and Friends, Cancer.